myself no favors. Well, I'm doing my future self a favor, not my current self.
That's true. That's true. Hey, YouTube,
play along with us in the comments on YouTube at Semiserious Agency.
There we are on YouTube.
There we are. We're so cute. Okay. Okay, and let's see what's happening on Instagram. Nothing. Oh, we're there.
Work.
No, we're there. But how? Why can't I go live? Why can't I go live? There's no.
I see. That's what you mean there.
Are we on Insta? Are we live on Instagram? We are.
Not that I can see.
We must be.
Marion.
Hold on. You sure we're not live?
I think everything's on like a slight delay.
That's okay. You know, there's nothing less compelling than just watching people set up. That's okay.
That's not what they say, though, right? Allie, take your shoes off and show your feet. Show your piggies.
Should we do our only brands? Our only brands idea. Honestly, Lynn, very 10 years ago, with my cat, just
sex appeal 0.
Honestly, if we had started only brands 10 years ago instead of an agency, we'd be on yachts in Majorca right now.
We'd be
off the coast of Majorca.
We're very silly not to have done that.
I know. We should have just made it cool to like put a bag over your head and then do everything else sexy. Well, honestly, I think
we were saying, remember, it was just going to be our feet while we brainstormed.
Oh,
that was the only body part we were comfortable showing.
Yeah.
That people like.
That people like. That people love. Been told.
These piggies. Okay, are we live everywhere that we're allowed to be? Like eventually, allegedly, we're going to be
live. We are allegedly.
I don't.
She's live. I'm live on Facebook.
Oh, thank God.
Thank God. I'm pretty sure I'm live on, but I haven't hit the live button on Instagram. Am I live? What is happening?
I'm live because
there's
in my heart, I'm live.
There's nothing that says go live. Like, I feel like I'm a crazy person right now. I know what I'm doing. I feel like, no. Oh, my browser wasn't open. It's live now. Stupid. Okay.
Here's something that can entertain the people. Oh, there. Semiserious went live.
Okay.
Look at my little, upside down. Look at my little bows.
What are little, like, oh, they're so cute.
And they've got little pearls on the inside.
Oh my God. I love it, Lynds. Those look
Christmas
adorable.
Bows. What does she do with all her time?
Just like parenting is so hard. Look at my bows. Look at my.
Okay, there we are. We are live.
I was so insulted the other day. I was.
Oh no. Uh-oh, sorry. That's us on Instagram.
What Rachel, our friend Rachel, was over, and we were just talking about like being parents, and I don't know what I said, and Matt's like, "Oh, she's got plenty of time," and I was like, oh, "The audacity! Like, can a girl read a book?"
I like, God forbid.
God forbid. I
spend 3 hours doing my nails, or you know. Hey, we intentionally carved out this career to be insane.
Yeah, I mean, it's got, the upside, we have to pay for our own insurance, or the downside, we have to pay for our own insurance, which is $40,000 a month. The upside is, we got some time to kill during the day.
We can have hobbies again, and we can spend an entire hour live brainstorming about old-timey nightshirts.
Yes. Okay.
Which, well, we can officially introduce ourselves.
We should.
Yeah. This is Can They Brand That? The only show brave enough to do what no one's ever asked for. Brainstorm live for an audience in real time.
Yes.
Live in real time.
We are officially live. We are live on, especially all the platforms that count, the LinkedIns, the Facebook. I mean, honestly, we're talking to our ideal clientele there. So tune in.
Like the misinformation crowd. But although, if there was anybody we could convince to start wearing nightshirts again, or who may be wearing nightshirts, it's boomers.
You just tell them progressives hate nightshirts, and they'll be in all of them.
Nightwear with pants are too woke. It's time to show your legs.
All of a sudden, you know, you're gonna be advertising on Newsmax. Okay, yeah, I'm Allie LeFevere, as the name in the corner says. Lyndsay Sanders over here, and I guess one of us got festive for today's brainstorm.
Don't act like Don't act like this is a dress-up show. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, but I thought we'd have at least someone had red on between the two of us. Thank
Jazzy.
God.
My lipstick is sort of wintry.
It is.
Here,
Yeah,
here, my straw.
Okay, there we go. We got a red straw. Getting the Christmas spirit as we pollute our planet. I'm just kidding.
I'm trying to be a professional.
I like it. I like it. I should have put little Christmas hats on my little leopards back there.
Oh, you should have. Little stickers. I saw a TikTok of a woman who had to go to the ER because she was drinking from her glass straw and a piece broke off and went down.
I saw that too.
So sorry. I think the turtles will be understand if I don't do that. Because I got rid of all my glass straws.
And I love a glass straw.
Silicone. I have at home. I have silicone straws. Don't freak out.
You know what I've been doing since I watched that video is I take a sip and then I like swish it in my mouth just to feel for glass. So I don't swallow. It like
you're panning for gold.
I know.
That seems like a good use of your time. Speaking of free time,
it's like better, cut up my gums than my esophagus.
That's true.
Yeah. So I guess, if you're new here, first time here watching the show, the whole thing here is we normally pick a dream brand that we would love to work with. And then we riff ideas. We do no prep work and we riff ideas, as fast as we can in 20 minutes. And a lot of times they can be anything from taglines to activations, campaign ideas, product extensions. It can be kind of anything. In this case in particular, we just wanted to pick a really funny product that, there are a couple brands that have this product, but nothing that's a household name, and a product that is probably maybe the least thought of in its
category. Not on anybody's radar, I don't think.
No, but we just thought it'd be so funny. And as as our title of this says, we're gonna brand Old-Timey Nightshirts and caps
for men specifically.
Because women still are wearing nightgowns and.
What do you sleep in, Allie? Speaking of only brands, not to get too sexy. Too fast.
I am like oversized, usually like some sort of like a nightgown. But if I have a nightgown, I kind of will wear like a cotton short or something. I don't just do a nightgown anymore. But I used to be a nightgown person. But now I'm like oversized.
I'm oversized t-shirt that basically is like a grungy, a less cute nightgown.
Yeah, mine. The nightshirts I have they used to be like regular t-shirts, and they're so thin and worn and soft and perfect. And they're oversized. I can move in any direction and I'm equally comfortable.
Yes, it's a big selling point of nightshirts. Don't give it all away.
God. People can tune out now, Al.
It jumped right into benefits and features just naturally. And you're sort of wearing a nightcap now.
Yes.
It's the same shape. You sleep in that?
I went to go just grab a Santa hat. I have a lot of holiday accoutrements in my house, and rifled through my box of Christmas hats, and I did have one that I thought was very fitting for this brainstorm.
It's perfect.
Yeah, past my tinsel suspenders, past my reindeer glasses,
the glasses that wouldn't all these things that light up. Yeah,
swimming through my light up Christmas bulb necklaces. So I'm really excited. And so, the fun part I'm really excited about today, because it's just like the fun part of any brainstorm is it's just a free for all, and all bad ideas are welcome. And I feel like today will be just riddled with really funny bad ideas. Because I am, obviously we pick a brand like the day before and you can't help but think about it a little bit, but nothing golden has come to me. So I can't wait to see the flops coming out of today's brainstorm.
Yeah. So we essentially started doing this show because when we work with real clients, we usually have at least one, and often many, sort of no rules brainstorms of just being like, let's get out a bunch of stuff that first comes to mind. And then we'll typically be like, okay, now let's weave in all of these like objectives and the strategy and the data. But we were like, maybe it would be enjoyable for us to show off what our crazy brains do. Yeah. Show off. It's like a humiliation ritual in some ways. Half humiliation ritual, half like bragging rights because of how fast and weird our brain works. And we are a humor branding agency. We're the world's first humor branding agency. And so we believe that those weird, crazy ideas that many people and most agencies are afraid to chase are sort of like the key to distinction and attention. And so we want to champion them. That's sort of the gist. That's why we're making this live and posting it on the internet for all to see, for the whole world.
Well, and if you've ever watched a past episode, I mean, because we did this off and on for years, and then we decided to we had so much fun doing it that we're like, why aren't we doing this every week? It's just, it's a really actually enjoyable exercise for us because it just allows us to get silly and laugh together and come up with some wacky ideas. But we've actually had strong ideas that have come out of these that we've actually applied to clients. Like we've had clients hire us from these brainstorms, funny enough. And then we've had some ideas that didn't maybe obviously work for that specific brainstorm, but then that was like a little seed planted that you're like, oh, like that actually works with an existing client with like this tweak or this change. So it actually is just like good fodder for us to just dip back into.
Yeah, I think it's such an important exercise if you're a creative individual, a person who works in the creative field, to sort of fine tune that muscle and change your reflexes that say like, no, that's too weird, or that's too dumb, or that's too different. And especially in the era of AI, I think that's going to be the sweet spot. And that's going to be why the human touch in art will still really matter and will still really work better than the slop.
Yeah.
At least we're banking on it quite literally with our whole careers.
And if not, hopefully there is a resurgence of only brands with
And I think you have pretty nice feet, don't you?
I enjoy my feet. Yeah. I would say.
And then I think I have fine feet with a few weird features, which I think also is bankable. So like,
well, I mean,
by our powers combined,
I really think, well, it's a thing. There's like, a lid for every pot. So
totally. Yeah.
So you want like,
there's a market for every pig.
It's like, you want a Cinderella foot, or do you want, Drizella?
Stepsister. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll make it fit.
Good pull. Have you been watching that with Farrah lately?
I have.
I watched. I would not have known their name. Okay.
Yeah, Drizella and Anastasia.
Oh, yeah. Drizella sounds more like evil stepsister name than Anastasia.
Yeah. That's why I pulled that one out of my hat as opposed to Anastasia. I was like,
out of that hat?
Is
that the elf hat? That's
weirdly, it was in this hat.
So weird.
I keep it
Shake
here.
that ball
all year. Okay.
Do we need to? Well, we need to set the timer.
Okay. Yes.
Wait, do we need to introduce nightgowns or nightshirts at all?
Let's introduce. I guess let's talk about it a little bit more. I mean, we talked about our own, I guess, Lyndsay, yeah, we talked about our own experience, but we were mentioning yesterday, when we were kind of riffing what brand should we do for this brainstorm, that we were like nightgown kids. It's all we wore growing up.
Yeah.
And so
in the olden days, that's what men wore to sleep. Like, when A Christmas Carol was written I looked it up, 1843. And Ebenezer Scrooge is iconically in that like nightshirt and nightcap with the candlestick.
Yeah.
That was the nightwear of the moment for men. And there's the few people who do make it and champion it talk about a lot of the benefits of being like, it's more hygienic, it's more comfortable, it's more temperature regulating, you are less restricted in your movement. And I just think I would love for that. Imagine like you're going to sleep over at a guy you're seeing for the first time and he like gets on. I feel like did Schmidt do this in New Girl? Some character that just came to me when I was explaining that scenario. I'm picturing him coming out and you're expecting him to just be in like boxers or something. And he is in a whole nightshirt with a nightcap. Anyway, I'd love to see it.
I feel like it has had a moment in pop culture and I can't find it in my mind.
Yeah. Someone can tell us.
You might be right. It could be New Girl.
I could see it being Schmidt, but
well, the other piece is that it feels like, we don't want to just focus on the nightshirt. It's also the nightcap.
Yeah.
It's like a whole I guess they don't have to live together, but I really would like to live in a world. Correct. I would really love a world where the nightcap and the nightshirt were just like, spaghetti meatballs. It just can't have one without the other.
It's true. And I think this also, sometimes we really like to pick brands or products that serve as a real creative challenge. And this is like, how could you ever, in all seriousness, get this to be like part of the zeitgeist? And like in 2026, could we have a resurgence? And how would that happen? And so that's going to be our goal today. We're going to set the timer for 20 minutes.
Yes.
Well, let me do my line.
Oh, hold on really quick before you do your line. Kara in our comments just said Nick from New Girl when he and Jess decided to share a room for the first time.
Okay.
Good job. Thank you.
Wow. Great.
Our little elves. Our elves working overtime over here. Thank you, Kara.
Thank you.
Okay.
We could not do this without you.
I had to throw that in before we kicked it off officially.
Okay. Well, without further ado, let's set the timer so we can answer the question on everybody's minds. Oh, do you have the music ready?
Oh, hold on. I don't have it queued up.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Panic at the disco. Oh. Huh? Well, we're going to hear it twice because it's so jazzy.
Okay. Well, let's say so we can answer the question on everybody's minds. Can they brand that?
Hold on.
Because they can doesn't mean they should. Can they brand that? Can they brand that?
Great.
Ooh. Love it, love it, love it.
Okay.
Well, here we
are.
We're like,
Okay, the first, should I just launch into it?
Yeah, come on.
I've been a lot of like shooting blanks in my brain about this idea, except just like really stupid, ridiculous things. The thing that I was thinking about is that it would be, since maybe the most common association with the nightgown and the nightcap and the candlestick is Ebenezer Scrooge. It would be funny to do, I could see it as a commercial of being a man being visited by the ghost of like night. It's like the ghost of Nightshirts, past, present, and future.
Okay.
And it's like looking back at life, like, and maybe like the flashback is like he feels restricted when he sleeps, or his head is too cold, and like what a miserable night's sleep he had. And then, there's like a present day ghost, and then there's like, cutting to a future, and I guess it would be like what life would look like if you continue on this path of like a restricted sleepwear. And so then he, wakes up after these hauntings, and he realizes like, I have to get a nightshirt. So like that would be like the impetus for the commercial. But that's as far as the idea got.
Yeah, it's like going back to the present, back to the future. Yeah, that's interesting. A haunting.
But he's being haunted by his previous,
all of his
nightmare.
bad sleepwear.
He's too hot. He's too cold. He's too restricted. He's, like I said.
Yeah.
Frigid. He's got, a little male pattern baldness, and it's a little frigid up there.
He needs his cap.
Yeah, he needs his cap. So,
because also, isn't that in the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas poem? Like in our blank and our cap, like
cap.
He says that, right?
Yeah, it really had a moment. I mean, caps were really, taking the countryside by storm.
Well, it's like just because we have heat doesn't mean you can't.
I mean, did they have heat? It was like a fireplace.
We could make a play for saving money on heating bills by wearing a nightcap.
Yeah, like you could probably turn your temp down like 2 degrees when you get a cap on.
And then
that's like an average
course of the year.
The course of the year, that's you save $225. And then you can upgrade into an even better nightshirt.
Then
it's like a vicious cycle.
And I do believe, you can have like linen ones if you live in a warmer climate. You could have flannel ones if you live in a colder climate. It's really up to you. I mean, I also think it'd be very funny to market these and very seriously, as though it is a style play. Like, forget all the good reasons to wear it, but just like, look how good these people of the past looked. Look at, Winnie the Pooh. We have a picture of Winnie the Pooh. Can you pull him up?
We have a picture of Winnie the Pooh.
We have a picture of Winnie the Pooh in a nightcap.
Hold on. You know what I'm afraid of is that this is gonna
Show your whole screen.
no, that it's gonna I'm gonna have to replace. I think I have to replace this border with it or some shit.
Don't risk it.
Yeah, I don't think I can. There's no like other fields to just pop up a
We should have Winnie the Pooh instead of our faces for the rest of the brainstorm.
just for the rest of the brains.
Our
And then it's
voices.
gonna pop up too big. It's gonna be. This is gonna.
Okay.
The juice is not
Well,
worth the squeeze on this.
We'll try it
Now that
next
I'm
time, but you
thinking
can
about it.
imagine Goofy is in one, Winnie the Pooh's in one, Mickey Mouse is in one, Ebenezer Scrooge is in
You
one.
can fantasize about it. Well,
Use your
okay.
imagination.
I mean, that is the thing. Is I was thinking of, who are like sexy, manly men that are not
Mhm.
concerned with conforming to any sort of gender norms.
Yeah.
And like, but that are like, which first of all, the fact that we even have to think like, oh, we have to think about like men being concerned about wearing, a nightshirt
Yeah.
because it's like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, come on, it's 2025, get a
Yeah.
grip. But I was thinking like, how sexy, like Jason Momoa in a nightshirt, like having him be a spokesperson for a nightshirt with those big, like thick thighs, like let those thighs free, like
Yeah.
just like
Yeah. Free the thigh.
free the thighs, like free your manhood. Free your
Uh-huh.
manhood is kind of interesting. It's like a double entendre.
Yeah. That's nice.
Like obviously,
Well,
like
yeah.
that's
Oh, somebody in the
interesting.
comments is saying that Celestial Seasonings Sleepy Time Tea is a great nightshirt reference. That's true. It's like a bear, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a great one. But
Okay, well, speaking of like free the thigh or like, remember like skies out, thighs out. I feel like a brand who could make this happen would be Chubbies.
oh
like
yeah,
'em-
Chubbies is prime.
Love
for
them or
this.
hate them. They have some,
Yeah.
they used to have some problematic copy. They still probably have some toxic masculinity stuff going on. But
Yeah.
were they the same ones that made the little like short suits all the patterned short suits people were doing for a while?
They did have that because I remember visiting my uncle in Florida, and he was like a self-appointed Chubbies ambassador. He was like so excited to show me all of his swim trunks.
Check out my swag.
He was like, I feel like he thought he stumbled across like a really cool hip brand because he's like in his 70s,
Yeah.
So he was like, check out my Chubby. I was like, it's like out of context, Uncle Ron.
It's the one thing you don't want to ever hear your uncle say. But I feel like if they released nightshirts, I'm like imagining fraternities all wearing them in their like sleeping dorms and stuff. Like it could totally happen.
I think you could totally make this happen in a way that was a little ironic, but in a way that was like really embraced by specific populations, and they had like a lot of fun with it. I like, okay, sorry, I don't want to veer from this idea because it's like maybe we play here, but Chubbies is a really good. That's a fun crossover. I think they'd be really prime for it. There was also another brand that I can't think of the name of it, that they had like some sort of something snuggy-ish related that they did maybe like 5, 6, 7 years ago. And it was like, or like something, it was something
Well, Snuggie
that
themselves could do it. That's a great
like
one.
Snuggie maybe could. I feel like that there was like some brand, like young dudes were wearing something, and I can't think of what the trend was right now, but it was like in this world. Anyway, it'll come to me. But go for it.
I was gonna veer to another
so was I.
thing
Go
that
ahead.
came to my mind. Are you sure?
Yeah, go for it. I'm gonna veer too, so you're good.
So I was weird Google this morning because I was like, do you wear like underwear underneath it? And like a lot, I think the whole point is no. And so I was thinking that we always come up with this.
Someone just said MeUndies is a good brand crossover. That's good. That's good.
And
good
then they
call.
could be advertising on every single podcast.
It could be
nightshirts.
Yeah, it could be me no undies, for this.
I was gonna say me shirties. I think or like no undies is their like offshoot.
Yeah,
me undies and no undies.
Yeah.
Is that, and we always like an activation, like an event, a gala could be called the free ball.
Oh, okay. I like that.
And everyone shows up. The gown they're wearing is a nightgown, is a nightshirt. And it's come to this gala called the free ball, and everybody is fabulous in it, and their nightcap and their nightgown, and they've got like, I don't know what what beverages and stuff would be served, breakfast for dinner. I don't know what it would be, but it'd be like a cozy, sexy thing, which could get gross because it's like, please do wear underwear to the event, but like celebrating the fact that you could sleep. It's like the better than naked sleep. That's what like.
Mm-mm. Is this a kind of like a standard nightshirt that they're wearing, or is it like the Met Gala where they're now? It's like interpretations of a nightshirt.
I don't know, because I had Met Gala in my brain too, that could be a theme, but that's they're not themey in that way. The Met
Okay,
Gala,
this is
they're
like
much more nuanced. But I think it could be either. I could
Okay.
see both. Like I could see it like jazzing it up, but I
Yeah.
also could see if it was obviously sponsored by the brand, they'd want the base outfit to be the brand.
yes,
like
I like
show
that.
up in our stuff. Like we've sent you one as a starter kit. I know in your brain, you've got your mother's brain. You're like, how am I going to bedazzle it? But
I was like, what kind of rhinestone? Where the
are they
rhinestones go?
Are they jazzing them up? What are they doing?
jazz-
Are they jazzing these up or not? But maybe.
I mean, I was thinking like, where do the rhinestones go? Where does the glitter go?
Yeah.
Where does the, embroidered,
Do I have enough hot glue at home? Yeah.
Am I out of hot glue sticks?
Yeah.
Okay, I love this. Oh, you know what's funny? I could picture is like walking into it, and it's like the old-timey candlesticks are lighting the path on the way in.
Great.
Like,
yeah, Bob Marley's ghost is like guiding you in with chains and like
with chains, yeah,
for no reason.
Welcome. Okay, I have an idea. And that makes me think of another event type thing. That would center the nightshirt. What if you did? Instead of like around the Super Bowl time, instead of the Super Bowl, you did like the Slumber Bowl or something. And it was like this whole thing. Maybe it's like a viewing party maybe it's a Super Bowl viewing party. It's called the Slumber Bowl. And the whole thing is like men get comfortable. Because it's for men, this whole, brainstorm we're doing. Men get comfortable. You're about to root for your favorite teams. And they did I guess there's some crossover with the NFL, and you have nightshirts that are your like striped like your team colors. And so like, lions, bears, etc. And I feel like it should be like still very much look like a nightshirt. It's kind of like that stripe or plaid or whatever, but it's like in your team colors. And then the whole deal is like you're comfortable, you're relaxed. Like this is called the Slumber Bowl.
Yeah, it's like some way to be like relax. Not relax, it's just football, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like relax,
kick back and relax and watch
like
your favorite team. Like sleeping is our favorite sport. I can picture it like there's staff all in nightshirts that look like referees. I also pictured at first when you said this that it's just like really extra long jerseys. Like
that was the other thought I had is like, do they just look like long jerseys?
Yeah.
I mean, that could be a funny way in.
Yeah.
Is like just extra long jerseys.
Yeah.
And like and I guess you could have coordinating nightcaps and coordinating slippers and
totally because they make NFL Santa hats like here in Tennessee, like so the Titans, like you know what I mean? It's got the blue, or whatever. Like they do this stuff.
Yeah, I was like, oh, let me look through my collection. That's actually from my 2012 collection.
You didn't wear one of your festive hats? I don't own a single. Like everybody just has like by their door. Just like a variety.
Okay, so I think that there's something funny there. Like I think there's something funny with the Slumber Bowl.
Yeah,
I'm like looking at some of these like I have like a thing pulled up with like different brands that have nightshirts, and there's really nothing. They're just pretty simple and straightforward. So no one's really doing anything. Okay, hold on. I have a funny idea. Sorry, let me get this thought out. Cap and gown. Okay, so it's a cap and kind of a gown, right?
Sure.
And when you wear a cap and gown, it's when you're graduating from college. Is there something like you don't have to earn this cap and gown, you deserve it? Or
I was gonna say just graduate to a better night's sleep.
Okay, that's another nice line. Yeah.
Like
graduate to a better night's sleep.
A new degree of comfort.
Okay. I like this. I feel like
for bachelors, a bachelor's degree. Help. It's like
a new
for bachelors who want to become masters at sleep.
Yes.
And doctors.
And doctorate. The doctor is in bed comfortable as hell.
PhD. Okay.
PH, show your D. Sorry.
PH balanced D's.
Stupid.
Gross.
Stupid.
That's great. Okay, because another gala I have in mind, or another event, like a cocktail influencer event, I think because our minds were half blown when we were like, wait, a nightcap is where the term nightcap, like your final beverage of the night, comes from. Like, that's one of those things where you're like, doy. That's like realizing that honk if you're horny is a pun, the bumper sticker, where you're like, wait a second. It would be called nightcaps and nightcaps, like just a fun party. And because I was like nightgowns and nightcaps, but I think using it twice, both to be like, you're wearing a nightcap. So then you could come dressed normally, but nightcaps and nightcaps, and you're having a last drink, like an after party, maybe after New Year's Eve or something. Like the after party is nightcaps and nightcaps. You go and have a final like nice drink, and you get a nightcap from the brand to wear around on top because you're already in your like going out clothes, and you just like have this, and then it's like sleep with this tonight to welcome in to ring in the new year.
I like that. I like the idea of the nightcap that you get on that specific party is like, it says like 2026 down it or something. It's like fun. Yeah. There's gotta be room for like rhinestones somewhere. So
for men, you're like, I know how to get men. I know how to get their attention. Bling.
Okay. Hold on. I have another idea. Sorry. This kind of goes back. Well, it's not going back to an idea, but we mentioned thighs up top. Could they do any partnership with like Buffalo Wild Wings and have like thigh night or something? Like,
our brain is the same, because I was thinking they should collaborate with Hot Ones and their guests wear a nightshirt and they're eating hot chicken thighs.
Okay.
But Buffalo Wild Wings is also a great collab.
Either one of those is great.
Buffalo Wild Thighs. That's what for a week it's called. Buffalo Wild Thighs.
Wild Thighs. Yeah. I mean,
Hot Ones sort of wild to show your legs.
Hot Ones is definitely more like of the moment, obviously. Wow. But either it's fun. There's something fun there that dudes eating chicken thighs out.
It'd be a
thighs the limit. Thighs the limit with this idea.
Like spice level 3 chili peppers. But what I think that the Hot Ones collab would be nice, because you would then see like celebrities and comedians that you really esteem, male celebrities and comedians in a nightshirt doing that. Yeah. And so you'd sort of like be normalizing to be like, oh, this is my like showing that off.
I like that. Okay, that's funny. I'm like trying to think of anything else with that. Thighs and
chicken wings.
What
about, I mean, chicken legs. Legs is chicken legs. Right?
Chicken legs is show off your chicken legs. I mean, but that's like that's little scrawny legs. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's like chicken thighs and like whether you have, I guess chicken thighs aren't like known for being meaty.
It's like showy. It's got to be more just like showy thighs, even though your thighs aren't really out in a.
It's really like your kneecaps. I guess it's really
your calves.
Calves. Wait, hold on. Knees made me just think of comfort from your head to your Ebenezer's or something.
Oh my gosh. In my brain this morning while I was showering, I was going head, shoulders, Ebenezer, toes. But like yours is better. From your head to your Ebenezer.
From your head to your Ebenezer's. Yeah. That's so stupid.
That's nice. I also feel like when you think of old-timey sleep or like goofy specifically, it's like honk shoe. Honk shoe would be a really funny brand name if you were only nightshirts.
Wait, what's a honk shoe?
Honk shoe, me, me. That's how people type out you're snoring. Honk shoe. H-O-N-K-S-H-O-O.
The way you said it, you go, it's like honk shoe. Like I thought it was a type of shoe. Like a honk shoe.
It is not. Program. Yeah, you'd have to read it before.
Honk shoe, honk. Yeah.
Honk shoe, me.
Honk shoe is a funny brand name. Because I was thinking,
catch your
No, I like because when you were talking about like we said bachelors, I was like, oh, bachelors is it's kind of a funny brand name. But honk shoe is that's a funny name. Honk shoe. Is it HONKSHOO?
That's how I've seen it.
Yeah.
I think that'd be the one.
It's so stupid.
I got this at Honk Shoe. Honk Shoe's new line of it's so stupid.
That's stupid. It's making me laugh.
Because I'd be like, I was like thinking of the me at the end where it's like, we made honk, but that's like you. Honk shoe, me for you. So stupid.
I feel like I'm in a psychosis right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, hold on. So you earlier mentioned the free ball. Is there any ball is fun, like balling out is like such a
Oh yeah.
like a
Mhm.
kind of a cheesy term that isn't used anymore. But it could be funny in the context of a nightshirt, like balling out. Like, could you imagine? Hold on, can you imagine? Like someone pulling up in their Maserati and they step out of the door and they've got on a nightshirt, or they
Oh
are on
yeah.
a yacht popping bottles of champagne in a nightshirt, or they're like courtside at the Lakers in a
Yeah.
nightshirt. Like, just think of how funny the
Y-
juxtaposition of the nightshirt with these like absurd
It's so
scenarios
true.
would be.
I mean, it would almost have to be like in situations, not like, because then otherwise, then we're saying like wear your pajamas out in public, and we want to just say wear different pajamas. So then
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's a different.
so,
But
but
then, sky's the limit, as I said earlier.
yes, I was thinking like what are iconic pajama scenarios, and like one is it feels like the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah.
That,
Oh yeah.
that pajama party thing. It's like, could we get all the guests there in nightshirts? After parties feels like a thing where that's happening. Obviously, slumber parties. Yeah.
Like, yeah. What other?
Z's.
Kara in the comments just said it's a full moon every night. That's cute.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. That's great. That's
cute.
great. Because that feels like I was like, what's the new, instead of skies out, thighs out, moons out, snooze out? That's not quite like
cow jump over the moon, moo,
stars out. Don't. But
I think I know you. I think you know what I would have said.
I know what you know.
I know.
Don't.
Okay.
This is a show for children.
This is. Could we ever get monetized?
Okay. I had pictured this morning. I looked up like the top activations of 2025 to be like, in what ways were brands really playing up that out of home sort of activation stunt situation?
Yeah.
And it made me think of like, could we in New York City set up a bunch of mirrors like on like a main commute for men that when they looked in it, they could envision themselves in a nightshirt, like it was painted on, and they could take selfies of it. I was just trying to think of like places, or like dressing room mirrors, like places where they have to come face to face with, like, picture yourself more comfortable tonight or something.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
and
this could be
you know, like it could be on the subway and like some, like, I don't know. Yeah, this could be
it's funny if it's like the painting is like holding a candle.
Yeah, you'd have to hold a candle. You have to paint on bare legs.
Yeah.
You know?
That's really funny. That's funny. This could be you tonight.
Oh.
Trying to think
We always do this. I think we need 5 more minutes.
I think 5. Yeah, 5. Just like
5 minutes,
if
then
anything
Mascot.
else comes to me.
Yeah.
I mean, again, this is me taking this idea outside of the bedroom, but it would be funny. It could be funny to say like all, you know, you show someone getting ready for bed. They slip into bed. They put on their nightshirt. They have their cap. They have the most wonderful night's sleep they've ever had in their life. They wake up, they're rested. It's a big yawn. They get up in the morning and then they go down and have their coffee in their nightshirt. And then like cut to them, like now they're out in the yard and they're like mowing the lawn, or they're chopping down a tree in their nightshirt, or they're under the hood of their car changing their oil. Like it'd be really funny to see this, like the escalation of the nightshirt, and just like you never want to take it off. It's so comfortable.
So comfortable you'll want to live in it. Like you'll never want to take it off. Yeah, that's cute.
There's just something funny about like starting with nighttime and then
like
and then they slip back into bed and they just change into a new nightshirt.
A new night, like,
and it's like,
oh, that'd also be great.
Over.
Like to see like
going
through the closet of like your different nightshirts and caps and like arranging them.
You know, one of the things they do that day, you like cut to the pub and they're with all their bros and they're like cheering on the game and they're all in nightshirts. It just like would be a funny escalation.
They're in their NFL nightshirts.
Yeah,
they're just like, I want to put.
It's so stupid.
I thought of a random. I was just thinking of like like what are sleep terms, and I'm like, if this is more comfortable and like a better, longer night's sleep, is like a good tagline for it, like melatonin for your body. Like I guess melatonin is for your body, but like melatonin
without it's like, because people get like a if I've taken it before, it like makes you drowsy the next day, like without
you get the night terrors.
Oh yeah. I've woken up in a melatonin haze.
Tough.
That's interesting. Like melatonin for your
for
your body, or how do you say that?
I know. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like melatonin you can wear. It'd have to be something that was like, you know what I mean? Because melatonin is isn't melatonin the thing your body naturally produces? So we could be like,
Yeah.
not the medication, but this, like
Yeah.
melatonin.
Hold on. Catching Z. Like, what are some other catching Z's? Slumber. You know, it's a funny brand name could be like Slumberjack or something. Slumberjack. I don't know.
We did a Slumberjack for Casper mattress, didn't we? And I was like, because it's like,
I don't
talk
remember.
about
Did we?
the plaid ones where you'd be like so masculine, like.
I'm not gonna lie. I would love a man in a night shirt.
I think it's cute.
I like, you know, give me Lenny Kravitz in a night shirt.
See those legs?
Show me those legs. Give me Lenny Kravitz in a night shirt.
What if you went after short men, like short kings, like and they short kings for long shirts, like that's they're like
they're ball gown. Them. It'd be like a ball gown on them.
Yeah, but they're like I'm a short king for a long shirt, and it's like all these really like cute short actors, and it's like a PSA style in black and white, and they're like,
I think that's so like you've like a Tom Holland, a Tom Cruise. I think a lot of male celebrities are quite short.
Yeah,
they're shorter than you think.
Shorter than you ever.
Shorter than you would ever
dream. Oh, dream! Like more comfort than you can dream of. Christmassy sleep and heavenly.
It's like look better than you ever dreamed of. Like look better, comfort.
Yeah. A holy night. Oh, holy night. That was a good rest.
That was a great Christmas campaign. There we go. Anything else like I'm trying to think of other is there anything with the mattress, like a collab?
A mattress with the mattress company, that'd be good.
Yeah. I was like thinking
Casper, that's the ghost.
Oh wait. It's one of the ghosts that visits you.
Past, yeah.
Nightshirts past.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah.
Like free. I keep thinking like free or manhood. Free or
the free ball.
Like better for your like sperm.
I know.
Like going like what could you say? What would be funny? For candle lovers, you know,
candlestick,
the candle
sold separately for candle lovers.
One, you know, candle for your girl, and you get a whole night shirt.
It's like what's the question that was on Cosmo magazine all the time? It'd be like boxers or briefs. We should up level that to be like the new question is boxers or briefs or gown. Is he a boxers, brief, or gown guy?
I like it.
Gown guys.
Gown guys.
I'm a gown guy.
I'm a gown guy.
Shirt.
That reminds me of like like you just said, kind of like the short kings for long shirts. It's like the PSA black and white. I'm a gown guy.
I'm a gown guy. And not a lot. And I misunderstood, but I'm sleeping great. Oh yeah. It's like, I hope you like, maybe it's all these scenarios where they're like, I hope you can sleep at night. And it cuts to like them being like,
them in their nightshirt.
Yeah.
And on that,
then it makes it seem, oh my God, Lyndsay. I just upgraded my phone and I couldn't get it off. Then I'm like, it would actually be funny if it was like, no, this is too real. I was thinking of terrible men, and it's like, how do you sleep at night? And he's like, actually quite good in my nightshirt.
Yeah. So good.
Even bad guys deserve a good night's sleep, but they don't. They don't. I take that back.
Natter just mentioned, he's on here. Hey bud, he just said free ball sponsored by Oura Ring to see who's competitively getting the most Z's. That's a good idea.
That's so a male thing. It's like, oh my gosh. Also, that just made me picture a commercial where men show up to the office and they're like, dude, I got the best night's sleep last night. And he's like, I got the best night's sleep. And like, they just like keep, and they're like, and then sometimes he's like, Rick just said he got a good night's sleep. And they're just like, and then they pull up their Oura Ring data. They're like, what was your secret? And then the one guy has terrible night's sleep. And he's like, dude, are you still sleeping in shorts?
Boxers?
Are you sleeping naked? Dummy.
Hold on. The last funny thing I'll say is that it is really funny. Well, it's funny how many cartoons. I was just thinking how many cartoons don't wear pants. And like Donald Duck, like so Donald ducking it. We like that's like a joke we say. My husband's a Donald Ducker.
Don't
tell the world
about it. Don't tell anybody.
No,
he's a prime candidate. He's a perfect prime. He's basically wearing a nightshirt. He's just not wearing the right nightshirt.
A short nightshirt. He just needs. I need to get him a nightshirt because
you do.
He's already living the nightshirt life. I think we can upgrade it. So my point was, like I was thinking of like Donald Duck and like all the characters, and then I don't really know where the thought was beyond that, but like maybe they were doing it right the whole like Oh, you know what'd be funny? Sorry, okay, I think this idea is crystallizing. Like, it'd be funny if you were showing all the characters and you were blurring out their bottoms, but then you, like, you put them in a nightshirt and you could, like, unblur
Or in the
or
daytime,
something
they're
funny.
blurred out but then because they all seem to sleep. They cover their butts while they sleep in cartoons.
In cartoons.
Okay, I also just pictured, like, picture Winnie the Pooh in his nightshirt and in a commercial, and it suddenly morphs into a guy that sort of has that same body type in a nightshirt. Then tall, goofy in his nightshirt,
I
and it
like that.
morphs into a real guy. And then it says, like, it's not in your head or it's not in your imagination. The happiest sleep on earth is in a nightshirt or something. And
there's
it shows
something
Mickey
there.
Mouse type short guy turns into that. And they're like,
Like Chip from Chip and Dale. He's like,
Mhm.
this turns in is really hot. Like, so hot with, like,
It's-
chest hair. Yeah, a tuft of chest hair.
how many episodes are you going to bring up your sexual attraction to Chip from Chip and Dale? You're like, imagine. Now imagine with me. He's slowly unbuttoning
That's
his
all it
nightshirt. We're like, he is a chipmunk, Allie.
Lyndsay, just go ahead. Keep telling me about it.
Oh my gosh. Then actually though, speaking of Chip and Dale,
Go on.
that's how they should do night shows where they start in their nightshirt and stay in their nightshirts because that's the sexiest thing. They're like,
and
skin
then
is in.
at the end, you see their nuts. Gross. Hold on. What else? There's some more thing. I think it pairs well with your long team jersey nightshirt ideas to even make sleepy teams, almost like how esports has competitors in jerseys only to sit in a chair and play video games.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, that's good.
That's great. That's great.
Love it.
Okay, we need to move on to Mascot.
Okay.
O'clock.
Oh, let me hit the. Let's see.
Mascot O'clock.
Mascot o'clock.
God, I love that.
It is
jingle.
Mascot O'clock, and that means I feel like I'm on a radio. It is Mascot O'clock. I'm Delilah, and this is where we ideate a mascot for this brand that does not exist because we think mascots are a great way to champion your brand and tell a different story in a way that is fun and entertaining. Well, now
Beautiful
Chippendale. Thank you. A chipmunk, a full moon. What other things have we said?
Mm-hmm.
Like a anthropomorphized cap itself.
Cap, candlestick.
Oh my gosh, Anne's here finally.
Oh my
She
God,
said, I'm
where
sorry
you
I'm
been?
late. And this whole thing has been
The whole
derailing
thing
this
too.
whole time.
We did this for you,
And Jesus. Oh.
Yeah, what was it? What's a good-
Okay.
the moon. I'm like, what's a sleepy moon? A cup
You
of tea?
know how owls have really long legs that you never see?
Oh,
That'd be a good
yeah.
mascot showing his legs because, at nighttime, you're not really seeing a lot of you don't see enough guy legs.
I guess you would say an owl is basically wearing a nightshirt, a feather
They
nightshirt.
really are. At all, and they're nocturnal.
Yeah,
That'd be a really fun mascot, a little
That's
owl
a
showing his
good-
leggies.
that's a good. I like that. I like that one.
I was also playing with it's called a Christmas Carol, and Carol's a woman's name. Could we do
Yeah.
like Christmas Craig, or like
Carl?
a play on Christmas
A
Carl?
Christmas Carl.
That's great.
A Christmas
A Christmas
That's just-
Carl.
That's just a funny idea, even aside from this
Stupid.
brainstorm. There's something funny with just like a Christmas Carl versus a Christmas Carol.
Yeah. And we changed the thing, or like Christmas Eve, Christmas Steve.
Wait, Linz, a Christmas Carl could be that kind of first idea I pitched where it's the guy being visited by the ghosts of, I don't know if it's Christmas
Uh-huh.
past or nightshirt past, and it's like his name is
Yeah.
Carl.
great.
Christmas Carl, and it's like telling that story.
Yeah, and he just keeps hearing it. He's like, "This is about me, right?" And you're like, "Of course." Oh my gosh, we didn't even do like mansplain or manspread. Manspreading in a gown. Now the only time you can manspread.
Mm-hmm.
Or there could be a
Like-
whole mansplaining campaign where men
Like
are
a-
explaining to other men that already wear nightshirts about nightshirts.
I like that. Built to
Shirts,
manspread, made for
Uh-huh.
manspreading,
Uh-huh.
made to manspread.
Manspreading approved, or like,
Mhm.
yeah. Manspread in the comfort of your own home. The cap, the candlestick,
Yeah.
back to just a bunch of Z's, a whole Z family, a big Z and a bunch of little Z's, and they're just like,
A pillow. I'm trying to think of like a spool of thread. They're all handcrafted.
oh, cute.
Yeah. I can't think of any other mascot. Or like I'm just trying to think of like the owl's cute, like a little mouse, like a little. What do you see in like old-timey cartoons and movies. Like I feel like an
Yeah.
old-timey mouse with like a nightcap on.
Yeah, like they are in the nightshirt itself.
Yeah.
Just a pair of legs.
Just free floating
A
legs.
giraffe. A giraffe has long legs, and they could be in a nightshirt, and you'd
That's
see
cute.
those.
Yeah, it's cute.
I
do like the
could
idea
also-
of like. Oh, go ahead.
was gonna just say like other pajamas, like if we wanted to do a foil mascot, like a mad.
Yeah.
Like who else would be mad? Like pants,
Shorts.
flannel pants, or like shorts or boxers.
I do like the idea of just having the mascot be like a guy named Carl or something really funny that is like
Just
a
like your
major
average Joe. Yeah.
Yeah, just a major nightshirt advocate.
Yeah. Just a big fan.
Awesome.
Graduate, gala, free
Anything
ball.
else?
Okay, I think that's
I feel like I'm dry on mascots.
it's okay. Normally, usually are very mascot forward. Anne says she was thinking of the brawny guy. Yeah, you could have a really masculine guy in a nightshirt.
Oh, that's what I want. I want like a slumberjack. Like, oh, maybe I said it. Maybe a slumberjack
maybe
is
that's
like
a slumberjack.
that is the slumberjack idea.
Yeah.
Of like
And
a
he's
real
sawing
hot-
logs. He's sawing logs.
There we go. That's it. He's
Sleep
sawing logs.
in heavenly
Heavenly
peace. And I just
peace.
gone.
Sawing logs.
A not so silent night.
Takes the cap off his head and he pats his forehead. I know this little.
Yeah, just that. Like, and there is like spray. It's his face.
Stupid.
Okay, well, let's do hired and fired really quick, and then we have time for a few Q&As. If anybody wants to ask us anything about ourselves, about the industry, about Winnie the Pooh. Hired and fired is when we each pick one idea that we think would get us hired by the client and one idea that would get us fired. I think the free ball. I think the free ball is a hired is the one I'm going to choose for hired. Maybe.
I was going to say the free ball or slumber bowl. Some sort of party is really fun.
Yeah, the NFL collab.
And then I like because I do like the crossover collabs with like the NFL or something like that's really fun. I do think a thigh night or something at like a hot ones
collab is
or
also hireable, yeah.
B-dubs or something. I mean, it probably wouldn't be bad for B-dubs to get a little buzz in the brand. I mean, do people I used to work there in college. Do people even go there anymore? I don't know.
I think there's a whole subset of people who love it, who swear by
is there still? Okay.
Yeah.
It was so funny. I don't know if they still do this, but if you could eat a whole, I think it was like a dozen wings or something, and it was like in the blazing hot sauce, they would put your picture on the wall. And my college boyfriend at the time, he did it, and he immediately got up. He like got through the last wing, got up, and just barbed his guts out in the bathroom. But he had his picture on the wall at our local B-dubs.
Oh my gosh!
Forever.
The Hall of Flame, I guess.
Yeah,
I bet they called it that.
Did they call it that? They may have.
Sounds right.
No, it's probably something bad like the Blaze Wall or something. Like miss the mark.
What's fireable? We said something that made us gasp, and it was gross. Was it the free ball? Maybe I thought. I also think we could get hired for Honk Shoe if you
is it brand
pitched
name?
it better than I pitched it to you as a brand name. Yeah.
No, I think the brand name's funny. Yeah, it's a great brand name. I think like a slumberjack mascot I'm into.
Me too.
I
don't think there's a lot that was fireable. I think this was all a very nice. The mirrors where somebody's looking at their
the mirror's
stuff.
a fun idea.
Gown guys, short kings for long shirts.
Yeah, I can't think of. I'm like trying to even think of what we talked about. Cap and gown. Oh, we talked about like the bachelor, master's, PhD.
I think with more time, graduating to a better sleep could be really.
There's something there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is the beauty of the Can They brand that is that even if they seem like a wacky idea, if like we really sat with it and we said, okay, you have to make this idea work. A lot of times we could.
Oh,
going,
for
like,
sure.
Let us like, connect the dots and pull the threads a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. The theme is we'll just hire ourselves for any and everything.
I mean, sometimes that is the way it goes.
I
when
know,
you really,
I know.
We freeballed really on this episode.
We really did. I do. I feel like
free.
Okay. Any questions?
Let's see. I'm gonna look on.
Yeah, look across Soch.
IGGG. Okay. Oh, there's one. Do you guys have any 2026 resolutions for next year? Personal or business? I'm sure business. What is our resolution? To do dumber stuff, make more money, have more fun, defeat AI.
single hand-to-hand combat. Yeah, I mean, aren't those always the goals? It's like have more fun, get paid more, and like just get to be sillier and laugh. I mean, the great part is like that is kind of built into our business, which has been such a delight for a decade. Yeah, how about personal? Why not?
Oh,
it's a vague question.
I don't usually make these. I'd have to think. Are you a resolution person?
Not anything like explicit. Like I used to do like vision boards and stuff, in my late 20s and early 30s.
Is it to get more holiday themed hats to like really boost up your collection?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like my supply is low. Yeah, I feel like I want to be offline more in 2026.
Ooh, just like online more.
I want to have my brain rotted as much as possible. No, I think I just want to, I think because I had kids back to back, it's like I've been home a lot more than I'm used to. I'm like was quite the social butterfly in a past life. And so I think I just want to get back to a lot more like, getting together with friends and going to see shows and plays and just doing things offline that like fill me up. Like it just is like a broad, goal.
I did have one that I came up with this fall that is very similar to that was going to see more live shows, live comedy, live theater, live music, because I think that is a way to personally combat the onslaught of generative AI and like doom scroll, like just to remember that nothing replaces watching human made collaborative art and being a part of that. Like it is like such an experience.
Yeah, I'm actually going to a show tonight I'm going to the Looking Glass Theater to see Anthony Rapp. It's like a holiday show. Going with a bunch of folks, and I agree with you. It's like I'm so excited because it's like when you are in an environment like that, you just kind of like the world melts away and you go like, this is the way art should be consumed. This is the way creativity should be experienced. It's like
I don't think anything can beat it.
No, I agree.
Especially live. Cause I just think, I grew up in a very like evangelical Christian world. And I remember seeing a concert and realizing, I have the same feeling at a concert that I do at like a worship service. Yeah. And it's just that like frizzen. I don't mean to offend anybody. If you feel differently, feel differently. For me personally, I was like, all of that like magical buzz is this collective like experience of music.
And like just being in with people that are having that beautiful, joyful, exuberant experience as well. It's like in the company of people, like you feel it. It was really fun. I went. Okay, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I'm going to see Les Mis in 2 weeks on January 6th. Doesn't matter. That's such an old person thing. Oh, no, it's a Wednesday, actually. That's
going on 7th. January 6th.
Yeah. So if you don't find me, that's the reason.
That's where I am. I'm for sure there.
I'm for sure. Here's my ticket stub. Les Mis.
That's like a cover-up story. I'm going to see Les Mis.
Yes. All right. It's like almost poetic because it's like they're trying to overthrow.
Kind of is,
like,
I know.
It's a little on the nose. What were you going to say?
No, I was going to say last week I went to go see Heartthrob Rob, the comedian.
Does he not? I thought he just called himself Heartthrob and then his last name, like the Rob of Heartthrob, or does he say Rob twice? Feels like a.
No, I think it's Heartthrob Rob, but I don't know now. I don't know.
What's his last name?
Anderson.
He's so funny. Heartthrob Anderson. Yeah.
Heartthrob. I don't know. I have to go look at his handle now, but I laughed hard, like almost to tears the entire time. It was an exceptional performance. It was so creative. He wrote like 5 songs and performed them. He did costume changes. He had like a PowerPoint. He did this thing. I won't even get into the details, but he did this thing where it was like a whole bit about the Berenstain Bears. And he basically did this funny caricature where it was like Mama Bear with like a big ass, and she was twerking. And it was like up on the screen. It was really funny. And then he made blankets of Mama Bear from the Berenstain Bears twerking. And I bought one. It's so good. It's so stupid. It's like I
love buying concert or event merch. There is nothing. like, or if I'm traveling and I'm at any sort of restaurant that is, I'm like this, I need the hat that says this. I went to see Zachariah Porter, the comedian,
Mhm.
a month ago or so. And before the show even started, Megan and I like walked in, like had one sip of a drink and we are like, the merch table.
Yes.
See you
And
there.
and I was like, because it was like something ridiculous, like $100 something. And I was like, will I regret this? No, it's funny. I'll never
No.
regret a funny purchase.
Supporting an artist.
Yes, I know. And it was like he put on a show. Like I felt very good about. I was like, I want someone like him to keep doing this work. So I'll happily, shell out some cash so that I can go see him again. Yeah, he was great. It was really funny. I was with our buddy Danny, and I was like, we're in like the main floor, and all of a sudden I hear Allie, and it was one of my other girlfriends was like up in the balcony, and it was so fun to see like other people there that I haven't seen in a while that were like having a rip-roaring time at the show. It was
what
great.
unites us all is rewatching Seventh Heaven. That's like was one of his big starts, wasn't it?
I know. They're so good because it's like, God, you forget how weird and creepy shit was that we consumed when we were young. You're like, oh God, so weird.
Like what was happening on the WB. R.I.P. WB.
Yeah,
R.I.P. When the WB became CW, we were like, what is happening? Like, nothing shook me to my core.
I know.
Takeover.
A guy I went, let me tell you a funny story. A guy I used to a guy I knew from high school. I did not go to high school with him, but he went to like an adjacent high school. And my aunt was actually his high school teacher his teacher in 6th grade. So we used to hang out with him in college a little bit, and he was like trying really hard to be an actor. And he ended up being on the CW. He was like in one of those like teen shows. But one time we went to a keg party at like this abandoned garage in college.
In nightshirts.
In nightshirts.
You went to nightcaps and nightcaps.
I wish. We went to this party and a big fight broke out, and he screams out, I gotta leave. I can't afford to fuck up my face. And he like bolted out of the party, and we're all like, what a douche.
If I ever need an exit line, that's what I'm gonna say.
I gotta leave. I can't afford to fuck up my. I remember him. Now it's probably over exaggerated in my mind. Like I remember him like like a big bellow, and it like rang through the halls of this party. But I remember going, like, why did you have to say it that way? Like everyone was leaving.
He's been waiting to say that. He had that prepared.
It's like, look at my face. Because this is going to be my moneymaker.
So my money. Yeah. Wait, that reminds me of who got their legs insured? Cindy Crawford. That'd be a funny
Taylor
nightshirt.
Swift has hers insured apparently.
Oh, maybe it's her. Like we should have some guy get his legs insured. A guy with really nice legs, and then we find whoever does, and like, ooh, there'd be a funny like the Guess Who game. Like if you could identify
by
famous men from the knee down only. Like
wait, that's a funny gimmick. If it's like a Guess Who game and it's like a top of a nightshirt and then the legs, and you have to guess the celebrity.
You have to guess, and you're like, yeah,
that's funny.
Or like a whole campaign where they're like, you'll just have to trust us. These are famous legs. That'd be really funny.
Yeah, it's like this is
only. It's like these are Timothy
Pedro
Chalamet
Pascal
legs. Yeah, he's gonna have to.
These are definitely Pedro Pascal's legs.
Rest assured, yeah.
It's funny, as a treat to myself, the only thing I did look up in advance of this brainstorm is like celebrities with like thick thighs. like men with
those.
I know.
Because also like even though you can't see them, they do need a lot of like freedom and like comfort.
We gotta make sure that's like, you gotta have
make sure
of those the shirt.
Sure. A shirt thing. Okay. We gotta wrap this thing up. Another like what is else to say except thanks for being here. And if you haven't subscribed. We're not gonna go live in the next 2 weeks because of Christmas and then New Year's Eve, but in January we'll be back. Not on January 6th. We're both really busy. That's not funny.
So busy.
I think it's the 7th is the next Wednesday, right? That we looked at. Anyway, we'll be back. We really love doing these live. We love all of the things you have to say, and we hope to continue to find ridiculous brands to do. If you have any ideas,
please pitch them.
Email us, pitch them, leave it in the comments. And you can follow us everywhere at Semiserious Agency. Go to our website, see the real client work that we've done. We bring all of this fun to every project.
And we'll see you on January 7th, unless Lyndsay's, in federal custody.
The worst running running bit ever. Like we said, sleep shirts are
I've got an
woke,
anniversary to celebrate on January
although
6th.
that's really funny. Sleep shirts are woke, or like but going towards liberals because like woke and awake. But the
Hold on,
opposite.
there's something there.
Yeah.
Woke.
Anyway, we'll figure. Like
Woke for your sleep.
I'm
or,
not
like,
too. I'm
sleep
not
woke.
too woke to sleep. I'm not too woke to get a good night's sleep. I don't
On that note.
know. Okay.
Okay.
On that note,
all right.
snooze you later.
All
Thanks,
right. Bye,
guys.
everyone. Happy New
Bye.
Year. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy New Year.
All of it.
We're in
Bye.
Hanukkah right now. Beautiful.
We
Okay.
are.
Yeah. Okay. Bye, everyone.
See you
Love you.
later.